Good evening, everybody. My name is Edwidge Miranda Mondesir. Today is April 21st of 2025, and I'm here to talk to you about KCAL News and Fox 11 News for the defamation that they're spreading against me and my family, saying it was an eviction when we have an APP 151 that's granted by a judge that specifies us to be granted to stay in our home until a next judgment is made with the judge, meaning the plaintiff and the defendant both have to wait on the judgment until it's ordered. What to do next? What's the next decision if the judge wants to dismiss it or if they want to proceed with it? They didn't wait. They came into our home illegally, took evidence of the fabricated crimes that they've been committing for the past 2 years now, came into our home, shot my father.
It's really painful. Yeah. So you see, they came twice. On August 7th, they came in, tried to break in. And I gave them the court order, right? They left. Then on the 9th, they come again, draw guns and everything, try to shoot me and my family. Today, they pretend to be FBI since yesterday and today. So when they find out I discover who they are, we're not stupid to follow the stupid tactics, bullshit and bush. Now they coming in here, break into the door, but no warrant to be fined. They don't have no fucking warrant because they have a fake one before, and I have a copy of it. They here to get all those out here. So people, I'm telling you the story right now. This is the story.
Punched me a few times in my head, beat my grandmother up that was behind me. And there's video of this. I'll show everybody this.
Okay, wait. Okay, tell me what happened. I have.
I didn't even do nothing to him.
I don't know, they just came in the house and broke in.
And then she twisted me hard, my
God.
hand. The motherfucker. She's a big man.
I'm so sorry.
I just opening the door. She get my hand like that and she twist me like this.
Look, I wanted to stay quiet so I can get their side of the story. Can you tell me?
No, they've been doing corrupt stuff to my family. They've been the whole entire county is doing corrupt. On YouTube.
Can I get you on camera? I don't want. Okay. I'll keep it down here. I'm so sorry. I'm also shaking because I believe what your family is going through is horrific.
That's my witness. They push me back in the door. Why? I am a little girl. They hitting me. I could sue them.
Come down. Don't talk to anyone right now.
Don't you know you're a cop and everybody, they're big men and push this kind of little girl like a little girl.
This is the best I can do for now. It's better than nothing.
And the news is not sharing this? Why is the news only sharing one side of the story? Fox News, Fox 11 News, and I'll show you guys the fraud. And then for them to say, oh, they're putting tear gas inside my dad's room.
All happening in this apartment complex. I want to show you this video right here because this is the windows. That's his apartment where this was all going down. And I want you to look at that window. You'll see some smoke. The sheriff's department using flashbangs. But then look at that. A cat gets scared and pops out the screen of the window and was sitting there on.
No, it's not tear gas. It's pepper spray. And that's the reason why my cat broke the window. And he's a smart cat. His name is Shadow, and they took my cats away from us. His name was Shadow, and he broke the window so he could get air because they're blocking their air circulation with pepper spray, excessive pepper spray.
Hello? I know you're in a two-way, so what's going on? Is that why you guys think don't work? Hey! 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 They're shooting! Hey! Hey! Wait!
As of course, it damaged my father's lungs to this present moment, which has been 8 months. KCAL News is not sharing this. Fox 11 News is not sharing this. Why are they only showing one side of the story? They're making it seem like we did something bad to the cats. If you read the comments, it's all filled with ignorance. Our cats had a loving home. We had a loving home. They destroyed it. They destroyed it that day. They were gonna kill my father if he didn't go live with you guys. He went live and he showed evidence. And those are the same evidence that they stolen.
I know you have no fucking word and you have no fucking evidence to back none of the shit that you are doing here. And you are here to fucking steal my evidence. So I'm here until FBI show up here and I submit everything I have to the FBI and leave with them. Hello? 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 All right. You see? They are playing game. They are fucking playing game. This bitch is playing games. They are calling, no, you're not FBI until they are FBI.
To this day, this present moment, they still haven't given him his court documents. And federal is literally investigating. It's finally in their jurisdiction. State has no jurisdiction over us because our case is not there. But in the previous videos, as I showed you guys, they got the notice for removal, which was filed on the 24th and submitted to them on the 25th. I'll be putting this picture up. This was submitted on the 25th. And they said they stamped it and they will put it in the file that they received it. So now that they're playing games and speeding it up, they want my father. I'm going to show you guys. They want him to go to trial. Right now they're stalling and want to put all his cases to trial or preliminary examination with no evidence, the evidence that they refuse us to submit on April 8th. And right now they're altering transcripts. That's what they're doing. They're altering the transcripts as we speak right now, people. They're saying that I didn't show up to court on March 17 when there is record I showed up on March 17. And that's what the bail bond lady is going to tell you guys. Her name is Cynthia. And she's going to tell you what she sees from her database on her TV screen, which is her computer screen. Hello, this is Edwidge Miranda. Is this Christina?
Yes.
Hello, I'm calling regarding the last call I made with Francisco yesterday about the case, because my case, I moved it to federal jurisdiction and supposedly there's a bench warrant, and I would like to know what's going on, because from what I know, if the jurisdiction is changed, they have to show some type of cause for a warrant, but I'm aware that I have to make the next payment.
Okay, hold on. What is the last name on your account?
My last name is Mondesir, Mondesir.
Okay. So, when did you move it to the federal level?
I submitted this to federal around March 24th or March 27th. It was filed with federal court.
Okay. Let me check the account. Hold on 1 second.
Yes, ma'am. And I also have a paperwork notice for removal for the change of venue. I would love to email it if that's okay, or show some type of proof.
I'm just reading the notes really quick. Hold on.
Okay.
Okay, so according to the notes that I see from Francisco, he did indicate what you're telling me.
Yes, ma'am.
But I still need to let my manager know, and he's in a meeting right now.
Okay.
But I do show a warrant in Ventura County for your case with us.
Yeah, about that. The case had been changed. I have proof to show. But I would love to speak to your manager as soon as.
Yeah, let me just read through the docket really quick and see if any of that is notated here.
Sure thing. Thank you.
Okay, no problem. So when was the last time that you went to court on the bond that we bailed you out on?
The last time I went to court was, I think March 17th. Not today, 2 days ago on the 17th, when I'm in the bail review room while she's giving a bail review to somebody who has crazy charges, who is probably guilty of the thing. I can't judge, you know, but he seems not mentally all there. She drops his bail to 1,000. While my father, who haven't committed any crime and could prove it in the court, that's why they don't want to release him, put his bail all the way to $370,000 is his bail, my father's. Why? Why can't they release him on OR and give him the fair right to fight for his rights? Are they afraid to see a black man win? What's the problem? Because this is excessive. I even tried to file a habeas corpus, everybody, on the 17th. A habeas corpus is where you make a motion to the court or to the judge, and that motion gets to the bottom of everything. It identifies if the whole thing was lawful or unlawful. Why can't we do that?
You failed to appear that day.
Well, on March 17, I appeared, and April 15, I didn't appear, which is recent.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I understand. I'm just reading what the notes say on the docket.
Yeah.
But it's showing that you were not in court on the 17th. And again, I'm just reading what it says on the docket.
That's totally fine. Thank you.
But it shows that you were not in court on the 17th. And then they scheduled you another one on the 15th, and it shows that you were not there either.
Yeah, on April 15th, correct.
But it doesn't, there's no notation of it being changed to a federal level.
That's strange because, I don't know, ma'am. I would like to tell you, I went to federal around the 11th of April, and I submitted evidence to the court, records right there with the clerk, and I ran my name underneath the federal list, and it says that I have jurisdiction in federal, like the case is now in jurisdiction of federal.
I would suggest for you to call the Ventura County, call them, don't go there, but call them and let them know that you switched it over to federal again.
Okay. Yeah, that's the thing.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
It's okay. I went to court on March 17th, and then on the 19th I submitted a federal lawsuit, and then along with the change of venue, it was filed on the 24th or on the 19th, if I best believe. And we submitted a copy to them on the 25th, and they receive it. There's a picture, video work of all of that. And they filed
I would
it.
just call them again and let them know that it's still showing that you have a warrant when you've already changed the venue for regular superior court to federal court.
Okay. If
do
any.
You have that phone number?
Which phone number?
It's 805.
Hold on.
Okay. 289.
289.
8900.
8900. Thank you.
Yeah, I would just let them know, because as far as we're concerned, when I'm reviewing the docket for this particular bond, it's showing that there's a warrant for it. Which again, you know that we can help you with that. All we have to do is give you the letter of reinstatement.
Yeah.
If you guys choose to do that. If I'm not mistaken, you said you live down in Los Angeles and it's hard for you to get up here, right?
Yes, ma'am. That's one of the reasons we put for the
right.
federal,
So I just wanted to let you know, if they do require you to come in to face that warrant, just stop by our office before you go so you can get the letter of reinstatement.
Okay, sounds good. And one more thing, ma'am.
Okay.
If anything, is there a way that I could, if someone could submit me the search warrant, the arrest warrant, and I could submit it to federal and say if I could turn myself in there because the jurisdiction has changed?
The best of my knowledge, Edwidge, is that you would go onto the Ventura County docket and it would show on the minute order description.
Yeah.
That it shows that there was a warrant issued for failure to appear.
Oh, but yeah, that's the thing. They haven't given us our court docket, and we explained to federal that they don't give us our court docket to show that we gave them a notice for removal. So he told us, hold on. Federal said that the federal judge will get the court dockets themselves.
Yeah. Well, I can print you what I'm looking at because it's public knowledge.
Yes, ma'am.
But it's your email address. Is it MONDESIREDWIGE739
Yes, ma'am. That's my email.
Okay. I'm gonna print you what I see here, as far as what the docket and all of the information shows.
Yes, ma'am.
And I can email this to you.
Okay, sounds good.
Would that be okay?
That sounds perfect. Thank you so much.
Okay. No worries. That way, at least you have that, and I'm gonna go ahead and date it for today.
Okay.
Because that's when I'm looking at it. So just gonna say Ventura County Court Docket 4/21/2025.
Yes, ma'am. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, and I'll send it to your email right now. And then
Okay.
you said you have a payment coming up, right?
Yes, ma'am. On the 25th or 24th, I believe.
The 25th, and it's for $120.
Right now, they're performing so much fraud, and they continue. The fact that they ignored evidence to be submitted to my dad's case on April 8th and still keeping him hostage there, they're violating the supreme clause of the constitutional law. Meaning they're violating more than one constitutional law. And that's where federal gets involved. So right now they're being investigated. And supposedly I had court on April 15 on state court, but I don't have court there because my case is no longer there. I changed the venue. I filed a habeas corpus, which is filed and submitted. It is taken by a judge where they're reviewing my case, where I submitted evidence to the clerk office around April 11th, if I remember, or 17th. One of those days, I don't remember, but I have the picture. So I submitted evidence. I'm waiting for federal case. I'm waiting for a court hearing from them because I take that matter very serious. And we're no longer in state jurisdiction. They literally have no control over us. So if my father goes to court, which he's pro se, if he goes to court, they will try to proceed that, oh, he's now in our authority, we're going to take him to trial, and they're going to try to prosecute him with no evidence. But as long as my father's pro se and he doesn't attend because his case is no longer in federal, it's in federal, it's no longer in state court, therefore he's waiting for federal as well. So as long as we wait until federal gives us our next court date, that's it. So right now we're just waiting. We're simply waiting. And they continue to perform fraud, and it's gonna get bad. So I want to share the video as I did with you guys, with Cynthia. She told me what's going on. So she sent me an email about the supposed warrant or what she sees. So that's going to be brought up here too. And I'm here to just show information because they're doing something very sketchy. Supposedly I have a search warrant in state court. There's a bench warrant for me. But that warrant has no jurisdiction over me because it's in state. It's not in federal. But that's why I plead with them. Whoever I was talking to in bail bonds, if I remember Cynthia, I explained to her, please send the warrant. Because if you do have the warrant, I would gladly like to submit it to federal and then turn myself in there if I have to. As long as I'm not in state court where they're not performing fraud and not giving me a fair trial and only giving one side of the story, tarnishing me, my character, and who I am, when all it is fabrication, and it could be proven. So I'm gonna submit all of what I have to you guys, and then I'm gonna wait until federal. But that warrant, if it doesn't exist, it doesn't exist, and I'm gonna explain why. If my case is transferred to federal and they're reviewing it because of the unfair treatment, discrimination, and racism going on, and there's violation of constitutional rights and the law, therefore they created a bridge that interlinks with federal and gives them a pathway to investigate of what's going on in that courthouse or jurisdiction. Remember, everybody, it comes first federal, then state. State is minor. So they're saying that it's not in their files in Ventura County, and that's what Cynthia said, but it says it's received here, and there's a video publicized here on our YouTube channel, 27 Edwards, showing it is submitted on the 25th, and you hear the woman on the other side in the criminal clerk office, room 118, which is 118, which is a criminal clerk office. So we submitted there. She said she's gonna put it in our files. It's in our files. Therefore, that warrant, it's void. It doesn't exist because it's in federal. So all these actors do. This is what I'm gonna call them now, because that's what they're considered. Once we're in federal jurisdiction and these people are performing fraud and violating constitutional law, they're considered actors. Judges are actors. The ones that we're going through, Christy Peruso, David Hirsch, Paul Kawhi, those judges. Wait, which one? One more. Maureen Hosoka, Houska. Maureen Hosoka. Those 4 judges are actors. They don't even deserve the title to be called judges. Along with the fraudulent lawyers, Kenneth Fuxell, he doesn't deserve to be called a lawyer. Olivia Hudnut doesn't deserve the title to be called a lawyer. Joel Steinfeld doesn't deserve the title to be called a lawyer. Along with Andrew Cross, Eric Nazarenko, a DA, Keen Kelly. Like, all these people are all doing fraud, and they're all gonna get caught up because federal is investigating right now, and then they're claiming that this is not submitted. So I'm gonna go to federal tomorrow, or as soon as possible, and talk to them and show them proof of supposed warrants that they have against me. And then we'll see from then on. But from what I know, they cannot do anything and proceed any further until federal has fully understand what's going on. Right now they're investigating, and they're saying that we're not being treated fair. They don't even allow us to submit evidence. So I'm waiting for the habeas corpus court hearing to come up. And then when it comes up, I would gladly show up and then submit all my evidence that I have there and proceed in a calm, professional manner as any court hearing should be. The reason why I recorded in my juvenile case is because they're doing fraud there, and then they're flipping it on us, making it seem like we're disobeying a court order for recording when they're simply performing fraud. So when somebody performs fraud, like an actor, right, a public official, when they perform fraud, they don't deserve the title to be called a judge or none of that. They're actors, and they don't have any jurisdiction over you, especially when their fraud could be proven wrong and all of that. Fraud is fraud, and when it could be proven right that they're doing this and it's wrong, that's it. It's game over. Thank you, everybody, and I'll put everything up here, and I'm soon to upload more videos soon and give you updates about federal news, but I don't know when they will send the next update, because recently I submitted evidence, so now I wait for the next hearing, which is a mail. But from what I know, Ventura has no jurisdiction over me and my family because the venue has changed, and they refuse to give us the court dockets to submit to federal. So if they refuse us They refuse to give us the court dockets. The clerk man from the federal clerk office said specifically that if they don't give it to you guys, okay, that's fine. The federal judge, the magistrate judge, will go and get it themselves. They will request it themselves. And when they continue to not respond to federal to submit those documents, because everything's on a time schedule, everybody. They don't submit that, they're taking a bad turn with federal. And they're gonna have to deal with federal. At this point, we're just waiting for federal's answer and call, because at this point, they continue to perform fraud. And my father still hasn't gotten a specialist and is dying. So I have proof. I submitted things. I went to my court date, always there. I never miss it unless it's an emergency. But it's the fact that they're sending us to court every time, wasting taxpayers' money, getting paid just to waste time, and refuse to submit us our evidence into the court. Did you know, people, if you have evidence to submit to the court, it shouldn't have to be taken to trial or pre-jury, especially when the other party doesn't even have any evidence on you?